And I guess on the realm of that notion of exaggeration and jumping to false conclusions, Secretary Mayorkas, the September 19th, 2021 incident in Del Rio, Texas, with the 3 mounted CBP officers. I know you had initial statements defending them last year. There were then, a little bit of a walking back, and President Biden making some very sweeping assumptions, accusing those officers of using their reins to whip or otherwise physically assault migrants who were coming across the border illegally. And then over the summer, there was an investigation that essentially, I believe, clarified that it was cord split reins that were being used to control the horses. They never came into contact with the migrants, or the migrants didn't come into contact with those agents in that sense. Do you have anything else to add, in terms of your current assessment of that situation now that we're a year and change onwards from it?
Congressman, thanks so much. From the very outset, I was actually in Del Rio the day that those photographs and were first published. From that very afternoon in Del Rio, at a press conference, and ever since, I have spoken of the fact that the facts would be adduced in an objective, fair, and thorough investigation conducted by the Office of Professional Responsibility. The career personnel of the Office of Professional Responsibility did indeed conduct such an investigation, and their thorough and extensive report speaks for itself.
And I believe there are still 3 CBP members and a supervisor that are currently in an investigatory process, so they haven't. Is that an accurate understanding? I'm just using media reports because there hasn't been too much work.
Congressman, to be precise, to your point, I believe the investigation is concluded, the report has been submitted, and now the disciplinary process is underway, and that can take some time because, of course, the agents are afforded due process rights.
And I appreciate hearing that, because so often the narrative gets far ahead of the facts, and by the time the erroneous tweet gets 1 million likes and then the correction follow-up gets 15. Right? Making sure that we're applying that same standard in a 24-hour rapid news cycle is important as the narrative gets baked in and people have a misunderstanding, misapprehension. I guess very quickly, because I'm running a little bit out of time, the 4 Secret Service agents in April of this year who were found to have been taking gifts, free apartment rentals, a number of kind of high-value items that were being given to them by individuals that they believed were DHS agents, Department of Homeland Security agents, but were instead just cosplay artists, characters who were ingratiating themselves, and all credit to the United States Postal Investigation Service that uncovered it. Is that essentially a personnel matter? Because that is the response that the department has been giving to our committee when we're inquiring how such a glaring security lapse could occur.
So Congressman, I can't speak to the facts because they are under review. There's a process there, but I can say this with tremendous conviction that I am intensely proud of the men and women of the United States Secret Service and the manner in which they execute their mission. And I am a beneficiary of their willingness to risk their lives for the safety and security of others.